Hey everybody, welcome to another Paint the Edge Up, where I teach you to make a cool painting in about an hour and get a little drunk doing it. My name is Joel, and today we're going to be painting this right here. It's called Mountain River Mountain Ride, or I can't remember what I called it now. Something like that, but it's a nice one. Nice, clear, calming painting with some cool blues and everything. Oh, whoops, wrong button. But yeah. I'll tell you what you need for this painting to get started. Before that, preface it with I give away a free giveaway painting like I do in all my classes. You just have to correctly answer my subjective trivia question first in the comments, and I will send you a free painting. Also, there's links up here to my other social medias if you'd like to follow. You can do that there. Okay, so today what you will need is you'll need a 16 by 20 canvas, all right? That's what I use. Any kind of canvas works, but 16 by 20 is what you're going to want, or is what I'm going to use, and that's what my measurements are going to be for. So if you're doing it on a different size canvas, just be aware that you might use a little bit different measurements, but the idea is still the same. I've got an easel, something to sit my painting on. You could lay yours down flat if you don't have an easel, but that's what I've got. I've got some paper towels. I've got a water cup for my paint. This is acrylic paint, so you need some water to mix in with your paint as you go. I've got paper plates for my palette. Feel free to use something else if you'd like. Paper plates are just easy for me. I've also got a blow dryer here to help me dry my painting, get through it fast. I've got whiskey, okay, that helps me also. And then I've got some tools here. I've just got a regular pencil. I've got a kneaded eraser, which is good to just erase, if I misdraw something, I can erase that. And then I've got a couple pieces of chalk. I've got some orange and some blue chalk. That's just regular sidewalk chalk. And then I've got 4 brushes. I always got my big flat brush, my medium flat brush, my medium round brush, and my small round brush. Okay, put those bristles down in your water cup if you're painting along, and leave those there. And then paint colors, I've got white, I've got black, I've got phthalo blue, I've got violet, and I've got a light yellow. And I think that's everything. So with that, let's take a shot and get going. Cheers. Paint the edge off. All right. Get the shot counter going, and we'll get painting here. What's up, Happy Goose Boy? Hello. All right, 1 shot. Okay, first thing we need to do here is we're going to draw some stuff in, okay? Oh, I'm doing good, man. Just starting painting. Best part of the day. Okay, so what I like to do first is find the middle of my canvas. Okay, so if this is about the middle, right here, we're gonna go up just a little bit. Let's go up a little section there. Maybe not too high, but somewhere in here, right? Is that even? That's something like that. All right, here's my line, right? That's a little too high. Here we go. Here's a line. Let's cut the difference. Okay, there's our little horizon line, okay? See it there? First thing we want to do is kind of draw our mountains in, okay? So there's kind of like 3 little mountains back here. I like to kind of start with the middle. If I find the middle section here, there's the middle. I go out a couple finger lengths on each side, kind of like right there. Okay, there's my little section for my mountain. I've made those 2 marks there. And from there, I like to start these couple mountains here. Okay, there's one that goes up, kind of fades over here to the right. On the left, this one's going to go up. And, you can make these however you want. Exactly what shape you want and everything. Something like that, right? Now, back here, in between those 2 mountains, we've kind of got our little start of our mountains. Back here, we're going to make a little short mountain. So let's draw a little line here that kind of goes down. And then let's draw another one that goes up like that, okay? So we've got 1, 2, we've got this kind of back couple mountains here. Then we've started our other 2 mountains. Okay, and let's put our big mountains in now. Now these are going to start not very far from these marks. So just a little to the right, I'll make another mark. Go up, make a little taller mountain that kind of cuts in front of that one. And another mountain that kind of goes up there, okay? So now I've got my big mountain here that's in front of this one. Maybe I'll make that a little shorter. Maybe I'll make that like right there. And then I'll take my kneaded eraser. Happy Gooseboy says, I like your shirt. Thank you. Thank you very much. I've kind of made this shirt this way from just getting paint. Just being a messy painter, I guess. So, there we go. There's that next line, just a little bit further over from that point. Alright, so there's that one. And this is kind of the big mountain over here on this right side. Sorry, left side. And we'll go up, make a little point there. And let's go ahead and have this little mountain stop there. Okay, now, once we've got these mountains in, what we're going to do is we're just going to do the mirrored version of these now. What I like to do is I'll take my hand and I'll kind of measure. I'll say, okay, there's that. Let's go down and make a mark here. So I've kind of got that point. That's where my highest point is there. And then I just try to mirror that as much as I can. You can always just kind of line your drawing up with the top part there, drag it down, and you'll kind of get that. Oh, I can't sing alone. And there we go. There's one. Another one. Same thing over here. I'm going to do the same thing there. Spread my hand out, measure it, keep my hand the same, and then boom. There's that mark for the other side. So we'll draw that in. Try to draw that down. And we'll see kind of how far down is that. About that far. About that far. Alright. And there we go. There's those two big mountains. Alright. Alright, so if you're following along, you're painting with me. If you're watching this later and painting with me, you know, pause here, take as long as you need there to paint that in. And let's see, down here, we're going to also mimic these, mirror these. Alright, once we get this in, then we can start painting. This is kind of our first step, getting this drawn in, and we'll be good. Okay, there we go. So now I've got all my stuff mirrored there. I've just drawn them. I just measured down, lined them up, made the same kind of points, connected the dots, kind of. So if you're following along, you're trying to paint this at home, pause it there. Whenever you're ready, we'll keep moving. And yeah, okay. Hello, Quack. Quacka. Oh, okay, nice. What's up? Let's take a shot, everybody. Congratulations. We drew things. We've earned a shot. There's something in my class. Okay, shot number 2. Okay, that being said, let's get painting. Alright. Got the boring part out of the way. Let's get some white and some yellow. And a little bit of blue, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of blue. And let's get a lot of white. Okay, let's take a big brush out of our water cup, tap it off a little bit. Give it a little tap off there so you feel fancy. You don't really need to tap it off, but it makes you feel fancy. Like a fancy pants artist. Stir your water in there with your white paint. We're just going to cover the whole sky in white. Once you get your brush and your water all mixed in there with that paint, let's just start filling it in. Okay, now again, first step. Now if you're, if you never paint and you're nervous and you're like, that first mark is always the hardest, supposedly is what they say. Well, this is white paint, so you can't mess it up too bad with white paint, right? Just get lots of white paint, really smother it on there. We'll just fill that in. Okay. What do I do for a living? I am the general manager of a restaurant, actually. I went to college to be an art teacher, got my degree, tried that out, did not like it, and kind of just went back to... I worked at Paint and the Twist for a long time, which is like a paint and sip type place, which is kind of where I get this idea from. But I kind of just started doing it myself live online. That's kind of where that came from, but I did Paint and the Twist for a long time, and then when they closed in my town, I did get my degree to teach, tried that, didn't like it, and went back to the restaurant life, and honestly, I'm pretty happy there right now. And then this is my fun hobby. Okay, So let's go ahead and fill this in too. So now if you're doing this at home and you want to, I'm trying to paint fast. I'm trying to paint a lot of thick paint on here because I want it to stay wet for a minute, and then I can go back and mix my other colors in. Okay. But if you want to do just the sky first, because you're not quite as fast. I like to paint really fast. I don't expect everyone to be able to paint just super fast. And if you don't paint fast, your paint will dry. You won't be able to mix it in. Okay, so you know, hey, if you need to do just the sky first, you can pause it here. When I get to the sky, do all that, and then come back, do the bottom part. But I'm gonna basically do them both at the same time. So here we go. We've got all our white in. Okay, white. We're gonna take my white, wash it out a little bit. We don't really need to wash it out, but I like to get a little bit more water in my brush. Let's take lots of white and let's get a little bit of yellow with a whole shitload of white. There we go. Very nice light yellow. You can barely even see it's so light yellow. It's more like a light cream color. Okay, let's take our brush and let's take it and let's start just going left and right in here. Let's mix this yellow in. Okay, right now everything's kind of hard to see because it's so light. That will get a little better. So I'm just going to kind of brush this up. It's going to kind of fade off. Okay, it's a little more bright yellow at the bottom. As I go up, it just kind of fades off. See the same thing down here. A little yellow, back and forth, and it kind of fades off by the time I get up to the tops of these mountains. There we go. Okay, that's kind of what we got so far. And congratulations. Let's take another shot. Okay, let's wash your brush out. We're going to get some light blue. A little bit of light blue. Okay. Wash your brush out. We get some blue and some white. Like a really light blue. So let's mix all of that white up, get a little tiny bit of blue. Hey, what do you guys do for a living out there? You guys are asking me those questions. What about you? How about you guys? And girls. Guys and girls. Alright, got a light blue here. Kind of see that better, that angle. Okay, I'm going to start at the top. Start brushing this along here. And I'm just going to press down real light pressure. Long brush strokes, pressing down very lightly. And as I go down, just let that kind of fade into white. Okay? It just kind of fades down. Now when you're blending, the main thing is just knowing when to stop. You sit there and brush and blend all day long. It just all becomes one big color. Alright, so stop once in a while, you know? Just give it a rest once in a while. Okay, there's that. Let's take some more blue here. And I'm actually going to make a little bit more blue in my mixture because there's a little bit more space on the bottom. Not much, but just a tiny bit. And it's going to be a little bit more blue. And the water part shows more of the sky at the top. You know, it's reflecting. There's a little bit more of the sky showing, reflecting in the bottom. So I'm just going to get a little bit more blue on my brush. So it's a little bit stronger. Then I might go ahead and scrape some of that off because that's probably more than enough. So it's easy for that darker blue to really take over. So let's take that and let's just kind of brush that. And now it's kind of getting back to that same color we had in the sky. Let's just kind of brush that down. Let it kind of fade into the white there. And there we go. Okay, there's our sky and our water. We can see it better there. It's so light right now. And then let's take another shot. Okay. Okay, let's see. Now, I'm gonna give it a little blow dry and take a shot. Also put up my trivia question. If you correctly answer my trivia question first in the comments, I will mail you a free painting of your choice, okay? All you gotta do is give it a guess. If you guess right, I'll send you a painting. You just have to tell me any address and I will mail you a painting. Cheers. Okay. One more shot. All right, let's blow dry. And yeah. What's everybody been doing this week? I got a library card yesterday, me and my girlfriend. I've been wanting to get one for a while. The library in Fayetteville here is amazing. They recently got like VR and all kinds of shit. They have like flight simulators. They have like a screen press to print shirts. And anyway, the library here is incredible. They've got all this new stuff. So we went and got library cards yesterday. I started checking out some graphic novel books. They had like The Boys graphic novels, but they didn't have all of them, so I haven't started reading that, but there's quite a few cool ones. It's pretty sweet. Let's see if you want to win a free painting. Today's trivia question is, which food mascot would survive a zombie apocalypse? Okay, this is, don't look it up, okay? Just if you know it, you know it. Just give it a guess if you don't know. Is it A, Chester Cheetah, B, the Kool-Aid Man, C, Mr. O, which is the SpaghettiOs guy, D, no one will survive the apocalypse, E, the Gerber baby, F, the icy polar bear, G, Count Chocula, or H, this is a dumb question, okay? So give it a guess. Whoever guesses correctly first will get a free painting. And, yeah, I don't know why I was thinking a lot about SpaghettiOs today. I don't know, I saw a picture of SpaghettiOs. Let's just bring up SpaghettiOs. There's a little picture of SpaghettiOs. Something about SpaghettiOs just like, it was like a comfort food. It like, very, brought me back to childhood. Okay, we got one guess for the icy polar bear. All right, so that would be F is off the table. It's a good guess, you know. Polar bear could probably it could also climb trees and probably pretty fast. You know, a bear would probably survive. Probably pretty good at surviving a zombie apocalypse. You know, Andy's got that snowboard that he's always snowboarding on. You know, I always get him mixed up with the Coca-Cola polar bear because the Coca-Cola polar bear had like a family and was like. The Coca-Cola polar bear wouldn't live because he'd be too. First of all, he's a softie. I think he's not cut out for it. But he's also got a family he's gonna try to protect and everything. So, but icy polar bear I think could make it. Okay, polar bears they do just eat people for fun. But what happens if they try to eat a zombie? Would that kill them? You know, like what would happen? Okay, so let's see. I got my my sky and my water done here. Let's get painting our mountains. Okay, so we're gonna start in the background and move our way forward. Okay. Yeah, exactly. What would happen if you ate a polar or if you ate a zombie? Okay, let's take our medium flat brush out here, tap it off, and let's again get a very light blue. Okay, I'm gonna need more white. I'm gonna get a little bit more white on my plate. Alright, so I'm going to take this, kind of stir my brush around in this white paint here. Get a little bit of my blue, my light blue. I want to add some more white too, because I want this to be really, really light. This doesn't be that light, but, you know, a nice light blue. You. Doesn't have to be that light, I suppose. So we are going to put a lighter blue on top. So here we go. Got our lightish blue. Let's take it. Let's fill this in. So I'm just going to go ahead and make this nice little. Fill that sucker in. And as I go, I'll fill in the bottom mountain here too, in the reflection. Now I definitely drew that taller than it was on the top, but whatever. Whatever. I guess I could just make it taller up here. We'll just cheat a little bit. Alright, we'll paint this other side in. There we go. Okay. Now it's not perfectly reflected. Maybe it needs to be a little higher up. I can bring this suck up a little bit. That's a little better though, you know, not too off. Whatever. Okay, now before we do that, or before we move on, let's get a little bit more of my white. Let's get some white, maybe a little bit of blue, so it's not totally white, just kind of a very light blue. And let's paint some little ice caps on our mountains so it looks nice and fancy. Okay, so let's just go in here. I'm just gonna get a big old thick glob of my white paint on my brush, and I'm gonna put a little glob here. Let's just get straight white. There we go. Give that's got a little texture. This painting's very light, and my lighting in the air is a little strong. I'm not showing up that well. Okay, let's do the same thing in reverse here. Let's grab some white. Now, if let's say you're good at painting this way, but not that way, you can just turn your painting over and paint it the same way there, you know. Alright. Alright. Okay, alright. Okay, let's take some more white and let's put a little there. Bring that over. There we go. Okay. Diddle-doo-doo, a little, just some white in there too. I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna do the same thing in reverse now. Alright, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Alright. There's those back mountains there, okay? See a little better with that angle. And let's take a shot. So, yeah. Anyway, my light is too bright. It's just too bright. Way too bright. Cheers! Okay, got my shot counter. Boom. Okay. Next mountains. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go back to my. Well, no, I'll stick with my small flat brush, my medium flat brush. Let's get a little bit more blue. And yeah, a little bit more blue. So now it's a little bit darker. Can't catch me. Okay, so that's a little bit darker blue. And let's paint in this next little mountain here. Okay, let's paint this mountain in next. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and paint the bottom mountain as well. So as I go, I'm just going to paint both sides. And yeah. I'm going to be also. I'm gonna be myself and nobody else. Kill that noise and fill my poise. I'm another black nerd, I can fill that void. Why rap, I can get employed, cause I'm better off the line. Okay, there's that. When I been my voice, study hard enough to defend my choice, then ace that course. Mind over matter, then feel that force. In the upside down, I can knock on doors. Yeah, why we insecure, cause we look at the paint bull. I'm gonna paint this one in too. Chill that noise. Take a look around and I'm still at void. Feel that joy. Make another song when I get ignored. Oh man, what's been going on out there? Anybody watching anything new? I rewatched I'm watching a lot of horror movies lately. Oh, and then I got one of those books from the library. I was telling you I went to the library and got a lot of books there. I got this graphic novel, and I thought it was Kirkman. So this guy named Kirkman wrote The Walking Dead, and he also wrote Invincible, I think. Which Invincible is that show. It's on Amazon Prime, but it's a superhero one. That's pretty hardcore. And so I was at the library and I was looking through, and they had some of the Walking Dead graphic novels, and then I thought I saw another one that's called Sleeping Beauties, and it looked pretty gory and crazy. And I thought it was Kirkman. And I get home, I was looking at it, and it's Stephen King. But I read that. That was pretty cool. That was an interesting one. Okay, let's see. Let's get a little bit more of our light blue again. Let's go back to our light blue. Or just a lighter blue. It doesn't have to be that light. Let's get a little bit lighter blue here. Mixed up. Or you could just take white. Let's get this, and let's put some of this on our mountain. So now we're going to start kind of, well, you know, actually, what I've got to do before I do that, actually, is, now in the water reflection, the one thing that starts to change is when some of these things get real down here to the bottom, they start to get a little darker, right? So let's wash our brush out. And let's take a new plate with some purple, maybe just a drop of black, and then we'll put we'll make this mountain a little darker at the bottom. There was a Demon Slayer, but ooh, what's Demon Slayer? I haven't heard of that, or I don't know if I've I don't know if I know what that is. Okay, I'm gonna get some purple, a little bit of black. It's got this darker purple, right? Let's scoop up a big scoop of my light blue, that same blue that I used for this. Let's mix some of this purple and black in there with it. There we go. There's a little bit darker. Now, I'm not going to go quite as dark as I did in the first painting I did, like I did in the thumbnail you see down there. I think that might be a little too dark to go. I kind of get this grayish purplish color. And now before this dries, let's try to get a little bit of this mixed in. Mainly it's up here at the very top. Okay, and now once I get that on there, let's kind of blend that in where it's a little bit darker at the top. Every once in a while I scrape my brush off, get some of that fresh dark color. Oh yeah. I'm always pulling up away from the dark. If this is the dark spot, I'm kind of pulling away from that. Okay, then I kind of wipe my brush off, sit there and go back. I can kind of now and kind of play with it. Brush some of this in. Now it's getting a little too dark. Let's wipe my brush off, dry it off totally. There's no paint on my brush. Even actually now I need to get a little bit more blue. I can kind of play with that. Wow, I've been running. Re-wet your brush also. Alright, longer brush strokes might be better there. Okay, there we go. Let's take a little bit more of my light blue. Those dark colors always just end up overpowering the light colors usually. Take some more of this light blue and kind of cover up some of that. Got a little too much of that dark color in there. So I kind of wipe some of that off on my towel. As soon as you brush this up, your towel, you gotta wipe it off every brush stroke basically. Okay, let's do the same over here. Let's get some of this dark color again. Let's start over here. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's just kind of brush this up. Once I get a little... And then we'll go back, get a little bit more light blue to cover some of that up. What happens here is every time you do this, then you got dark on your brush. Then you go with that second brush stroke and it screws everything up. So you gotta sit there and stop and wipe your brush off a lot. Me all the time. Okay, now that I've got that though, now I'll go back and get my light blue, and then we'll keep going. Oh, thank you, Nate. Nate says that's pretty. Well, you're pretty, Nate. Pretty ugly. No, I'm kidding. You're a pretty man, Nate. Okay, let's get some more of my hot blue, and let's put a little bit up here. Let's boom. Let's put some bright white. Put a little snow cap on top there. And let's, go ahead and draw some little. Oh, there's a little side of my mountain. Take me. All right. Oh, there's a little mountainside there. Oh, I'll do a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. All right, that's a little too. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we got some white in there. Let's do the same thing on the bottom. So the bottom mirrors the top. So a reflection. The Big Mac, you're beautiful too. Okay, okay, now I'm gonna do the same thing down here in this, but actually before I do that, let's go ahead and paint this side in, because once I add white down here, that black and purple's gonna get in there, so let's do the right side. I'm gonna add just a little bit of white over here as well. Alright, just kind of roughly. Put a little rough, white right there. There's a little better view of it. My light, I've concluded that the light in I have too much lighting in here, it's too bright. Let me put a little boom. Okay. Alright, now let's get some white and let's do the bottom here. Let's paint our bottoms. Okay, let's put a little bit of white here. Yep, that is still very wet. It's instantly changing my white. Let's take a shot, okay? Alright, let's take a shot. And I'm gonna give it just a second. I want this to dry just a smidge before I keep going, so I'm gonna eat a little time up here and take a shot. Also, today's trivia question. Now, F is already guessed, just so that's out there. Which food mascot would survive the zombie apocalypse? You got Chester Cheetah, you got the Mr. O, the SpaghettiOs guy, you got the Gerber baby, the Icy Gun's gone, you got Count Chocula, Kool-Aid Man, or no one will survive the zombie apocalypse, or this is a dumb question, okay? So, Nate, if you want to give a guess on that, you can. Big Mac's already guessed the icy polar bear. Cheers. Alright, Nate says Hamburglar, which is not one of the options, but a valid point, valid guess. By the way, Nate, here's some SpaghettiOs in case you forgot. I love SpaghettiOs. It reminds me of when I was a kid. I saw a picture of SpaghettiOs today and I just couldn't get SpaghettiOs out of my head. Used to eat a lot of SpaghettiOs. As a child, I ate a lot of SpaghettiOs. Big part of my diet. Okay, let's take some white and let's go up here and we're gonna try to mirror what we did up at the top. So let's go down here to the bottom. Again, you could turn your canvas upside down if that's easier for you. It very well might be easier. It's kind of a cool trick, is to turn your canvas around where it fits your, if you're better at making brush strokes this way with your hand, you can turn it around, Feel free to. Then what, we had a little Alright, so I'm trying to kind of mirror these best I can upside down. Again, you don't have to do this. You can turn yours turn yours around where you can make the exact same, brush strokes the other way. It will still be backwards, but it'll be right side up, I guess. Okay, and then I'm just going to give it some texture here because I feel like in the reflection it can be a little more loose and off or whatever. Wash my brush a little bit. Ooh, Transformers SpaghettiOs. Yeah, there are so many SpaghettiOs of different shapes and stuff. I always remember that. Disney Princesses SpaghettiOs. I mean, come on, does it get any better? Okay, let's go down here. Let's add some white. If I lean my brush a little bit, that bright white sticks out or covers a little bit better. Doesn't mix as much. Ooh, yeah, great value in ravioli and beefaroni. That shit was dope. Let's take a shot to beefaroni. Was it Chef Boyardee? Oh no, he just said it was great value. Okay, Nate. Ah. Okay, well, you know, we're not done with these mountains, okay? We're not done. Take that same brush, wash it out. I'm gonna take my phthalo blue. Oh, that's not the right brush. Let's take my phthalo blue. Now, you could use your round brush if you want. Go for it. Don't bother me none. Okay, let's take that. Let's get some of this a little bit darker blue now. There's still some white mixed in there, but not a ton. Alright. And let's put a little bit of my dark blues in here as well. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, dark blues. Dark blue, dark blue. Have you ever been alone? Crowded room. Can't remember if that's something corporate or Jack's Mannequin, but it's that same dude. God, I used to love something corporate. Beefaroni shot. Oh, beefaroni shot, everybody. Okay. Beefaroni shot. Bow, 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 bow. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, let's add some of these same little, try to squiggle these in similar areas. Bye boo. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, we're kind of getting some of these similar kind of, you know. I think I'm making too big of brush strokes. Maybe I just kind of, yeah, oh yeah, that's better. Okay, yeah, make smaller brush strokes. Maybe, actually, small, round brush would probably be pretty good for this. Maybe on the next part I'll use some round brush. Over here, let's add a little bit of these. Ooh, let's just use the corner of my brush. Just let it dance. Just let that blue dance. Alright, it's beat bopping and it's vibing, okay? You let that blue just dance. Alright, that blue's a hungry bitch, okay? That blue. It's got a taste for blood and it's thirsty for it. It's a greedy girl. Okay, there's some mountains. Congratulations. We did it. And, yeah, let's keep going. Let's take some blue. That's gonna be a darker blue. We might even mix a little bit of purple in here with this one. So let's take some blue here. Here we go. Big old bunch of blue. Actually, I'm gonna go to my big brush now. So I got a lot of space to cover. And I'm gonna take a shot, okay? Again, here's a trivia question while I take a shot if you wanna take a guess at the trivia question. Okay. Alright, what do we gotta do here? I got some mountains here. You know, maybe what I'll do is I'll take my round brush, like this. You blew it! Okay, now wait. Now, Big Mac, you already guessed, okay? You already guessed Icy Bear. Nice try, okay? But you can't guess twice, alright? You can't just, well, you can, but only counting the first one. Okay, maybe I take this little brush and I'll kind of screw up some of this because this is a little too square. It's a little too. Hey, yeah, I'm gonna go in here and just kind of let this brush just dance on your painting. Ooh, that looks really cool, actually. Ooh, I'm just kind of like doing this, just letting it just dance, just scribbling it around. Really, looks pretty cool, actually. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, I like that. Like that a lot more. Okay. Well, maybe over here I'll do the same thing. Let's let that just dance. Let's get that in there going. There we go. Ooh, there we go. That looks nice. That'll look nice later on, too. Okay, let's take a shot and keep going. Big Mac, you can only guess one, okay? Nice try. Cheers. Ah. Okay. Okay, so right now I've still got my same two plates here. Now, if you've started new ones, fine. I'm not gonna need my yellow anymore. I'm just kind of trying to stay away from that. But still got my blues here. My other plate's got my purple and black and a little bit of that light blue mixed in, so it's kind of this grayish purple. So with those two plates, I can probably, those two kind of similar colors, I can kind of keep those and keep playing with those colors and probably make a lot of this. Let's get in here to this darker blue, okay? let's get in here with this darker blue, okay? Let's maybe take a little bit of my purple and black, mix that in. Now our blue's getting darker. We're gonna need some more blue. Here we go. Okay, so now this is where a lot of these are going to be. This is going to be where we're going to mix some purple in. Let's go ahead and start here. I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing down here. Yeah. All right, and we'll go ahead and fill this in. There we go. Now, it kind of starts to fade now. I'm going to leave this little bit of section here alone. Okay? Okay. Okay. Let's do the same thing here, though. Go ahead and go, wow. Take that up. Kind of mirrored that. You guys do the same thing over here on the right side. Go ahead and paint this bitch in. I'm sorry, painting. I didn't mean that, painting. I didn't mean to call you a bitch, but I kind of did. But in a loving way. It was a loving way, not like a mean way. Oh, I was talking to a friend of mine. Play video games with her, and I was asking her what she did for a living, and she is a mortician. I didn't realize that. Now, but it did answer some questions, because I've long said that when I die, I would like for people to be able to come up and poke my body, because anytime I'm at a funeral, and I don't know, maybe it's probably just me, but you know, I want to poke the body when I'm at a funeral, only because it just doesn't seem real. And so when I die, I want people to be able to come up and poke my body. Okay, I want that. And now what she told me, though, she gave me some good information. She said, well, then you need put it in your living will, and you also tell your family to not embalm you, because then that'll kind of make you stiff and stuff. But if you want to be like, I don't know. So that's what I learned, and I thought it was a pretty good tip. So, mom and dad, don't embalm me, or family, whenever I die. And I want people to be able to come up and poke my body. Yeah, a little boop on the nose. Maybe you want to kind of shove me a little bit, like, I mean, I want to at funerals. I want to, like, touch the body and be like, is this real? Is this a real body? Trying to fuck with me? Is this fake? So that's what I learned. I'm passing that knowledge off onto you guys. If that's what you would like to, you have to put it in your living will and tell your family not to embalm you when you die. Let's see. Yeah, makes you stiff. Don't get Nate going on being stiff, okay? Apparently, Nate.
Open your mind. Let us begin our quest to find the new sound.
Okay, I got my purplish gray there. So I'm basically gonna start putting some of this purplish gray in, kind of at the bottom. Paint our bottom purple. Make something dirty out of that, Nate. I'm calling it horny. You calling into work horny? Is that what you're saying? So I'm going to go ahead and fill these in with that purple color. I'm going to try to blend them in with the blue so they kind of fade into that blue there, right? So whatever brush stroke you got to do, I'm just kind of lightly brushing those together. Give those a nice little brushing. See, nice. Well, that's a lot of thick paint over here. Shit, I need to wipe my brush off. I'm calling in horny. It's a pretty good one. Tell Jolie did a good job. Oh, Christ. Oh my God. What is happening? So much blue. It's just taking over. Okay, whatever. You know, we're going to call it good there for a minute on that because, you know, let's blow dry and get our bearings together and take a shot and all that, okay? Let's see, what else has been going on with you guys? Yeah, so, I don't know, at my funeral I want people to come up and if they want to, like, shake me around and see if I'm real, or if they want to punch me in the face because I was an asshole or something, then I want people to be able to do that. You know, I'm dead, I don't care. I'm sick of going to funerals where I can't touch the body, you know, like, sad about. Cheers. Let's see, what else? Let's see. Hey, Nate, do you have a library card? Because you should get one. Because the library in Fayetteville is awesome. Someone said the Fayetteville Library is the 5th best library. It was voted the 5th best library in the country. I believe it. We went up there last night and they have, like, VR. They have, flight simulators. You can go up there and you can get your pilot. You can get like pilot training and like CDL, like a truck driver and shit. It's pretty awesome. All you gotta do is gotta go online and reserve yourself a spot, you know, and shit. It's pretty dope. Pretty dope. Just saying. Nate, do yourself a favor, get a library card, okay? Checked out a Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate Strategy Guide in 4th grade. Okay, well, it's not really what I'm talking about, Nate. I'm talking about the Fayetteville Library. Now. You know, and the Big Mac 2077, I don't blame you, because most libraries are pretty fudging dumb, you know, but the Fayetteville Library they have 4 different VR spots. You reserve it, so I'm going to get like 3 of my friends, and we're going to reserve all 4 spots and play some VR game together. That's what I'm going to do. They wanted to charge me over $100 because someone stole it out of my desk? Yeah, I bet. You know what? I used to have a library card, and I definitely didn't take something back, and I owed money. And I didn't go, and it'd been like 5 years, and I went in last night and got a library card. They didn't even, it was nothing. It was like it was wiped clean. Are you saying they want to charge you $100 from when you were in 4th grade? Because that's, statute of limitations has run out on that, so I think you're good. Statute of limitations in the library world's a big deal. Okay, let's take some purple and black. Let's get my brush here. I'll go back to my black and purple mixture here. I'll take a little scoop of blue. There we go. There's a nice little dark bluish blackish purple. Bluish blackish purple. Dude, I don't think they still have records of that, man. Because I definitely owed money to the Fayetteville Library, and last night I was wondering if that was going to happen. I'm like, are they going to be like, hey, you still owe $50 from 2014 or something? And they didn't. There's so much cool shit there, dude. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's paint in. Now I want to make the bottom down here a little darker than the top. Oh, that looks nice. That's a nice color. And it's kind of transparent, so it's kind of, you know, working well. It's not super opaque and covered. I don't have to worry too much. And kind of let it fade off, and it kind of looks like it's just getting a little darker down there. Oh, that's nice. Don't get too much on your brush. Get a little bit on your brush and kind of let that. Oh yeah, that looks good. I'm good at painting. Just kidding. Okay, let's go a little bit there. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, I'm just gonna kind of lightly brush this in. Now I got enough. It's mostly blue and purple. Mostly blue, little drop of black. And that's kind of staying pretty transparent. I can kind of just paint in there. There we go. Okay. There we go. Now it's a little darker at the bottom. Maybe I can do this, make this a little bit more, different there, so it's not so, not so. Okay, let's do this. Now, what's next? What's next? Let's go ahead and maybe take one more shot. Yeah, probably. Like Nate, the Big Mac says, I feel like they can write it off with their insurance policies or something and just kind of like dings on your credit. That's probably true. Well, I'd say at a certain point, I'm sure they probably recoup their loss. I mean, I'm sure they're like, okay, you know what? Anything over 5 years old, they're like, just gonna erase. Like, if your whole scam is to go to the library and steal something every 5 years and wait for them to erase it and then go back in and steal one more book, they're probably like, you know what? We can handle that. We'll just budget that into the Fayetteville Public Library. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. Okay, let's add some ice caps up here in our mountain there. Down. Let's got some white and some blue. Let's have a little light blue here. Oh, that's not light enough. Here we go, nice light blue. I can make you put your phone down. Now, again, here's what I'm going to do a little bit more on this one. I'm going to put a little squiggle here. Let's go ahead and go, let's go like that. Like that. And now, you know what else I could do? I could go ahead and go, oh crap, the paint's still wet. Okay, never mind, I'll come back and do that later. Let's just go, let's just paint the top part first. Yeah, like, I'm stealing a library book every 5 years. You could probably steal more than one. You could probably steal quite a few, actually, but also, it's like, if you're stealing a library book, it's like, oh no, you're stealing something nice and knowledgeable. It'd be like, well, maybe this person needs to steal the Great Gatsby, It's not like you're stealing $1 million. You're stealing a book about how bees reproduce or something. I can make them go down. Okay, let's take the corner of our brush and do some squiggles here. Let's give a little texture. Here we go. Let's do some of that action over here. Put your phone down. I'm gonna make it put phone down. Now, one thing I do like to do is I like to put maybe some white, some of that light blue, and I kind of stop on that corner, so it looks like, boom, there's a little drop off. Other than that, I'm just kind of squiggling around. I'm kind of imagining where some of the flatter surfaces would be, or some of these snow-covered parts would be. Maybe there's a little chunk. There's a little bit more snow there. I can make you put your phone down. Okay, now once I got that shit in, let's do it on the bottom. Let's just see if it's dry. Here's how I see if it's dry. I just touch it with my finger. Let's see. Know all the ultimate combos. What does that mean? Ultimate combos, is that a book? Ultimate combo? You can know all the, like, Street Fighter game, but in real life, like the ultimate combos in life. Let's blow dry these mountains down here, okay? Because I'm afraid they're still a little wet. Let's see how long I've been streaming. Oh shit, I'm already at 54 minutes? Cool. Usually these go too fast. I'm happy. I still got some stuff to do here. Okay, so let's see. That's, MK. Oh, Mortal Kombat 3, right. You do know all the ultimate combos. Are you judging me, Nate? Nate says I'm only 9 shots deep, though? Yeah, Big Mac, that's because I'm streaming on Facebook and Twitch. That's why. No, everything's right. I just, Okay, so, let's see here. Nate's my boy, and Nate is giving me a hard time for only doing 9 shots, so let me do some more shots for Nate, okay? Just for Nate. Nate wants some more shots. Oh, I'm Nate, and I want you to do more shots. Oh, thank you, Danny. Oh, I didn't count that shot. I'm gonna count my shot for Nate. Hey, Danny, if you want to win a free painting, here's today's trivia question. Which food mascot would survive a zombie apocalypse? Is it A, Chester Cheetah, B, Kool-Aid Man, C, Mr. O from the SpaghettiOs, obviously, D, no one will survive the zombie apocalypse, E, the Gerber baby, F, the icy polar bear, which has been guessed, or G, Count Chocula, or H, this is a dumb question. Okay, there's your guesses. And by the way, Danny, this is what SpaghettiOs look like. This is the Star Wars one. That's obviously Darth Vader. But there's SpaghettiOs for you. Alright. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mirror some of these... light blues. The mountain... The snow cap here. Snow caps. I'll do some snow caps if you know what I mean. No one knows what you mean, Joel. Okay, well, let's see. I got a little bit there. Just kind of looking up here and seeing, trying to kind of mimic these. Does this go back like that? Yeah. Kind of weird. I would suggest flipping your painting upside down and doing it like that, because this is confusing, you know? Mushrooms, yep. Sounds like shots of milk. Ice polar bear. Well-known fact that zombies hate the Arctic Circle. Yeah, but this is what we were talking about this earlier with the icy polar bear. Basically, you know, they're good, they're fast, but you know, if they couldn't eat people, what happened if you ate a zombie? You'd turn into a zombie, right? Did that happen? We'll never know, I guess, you know. Anywho, hey, this is another thing I've been thinking about lately is, you know, college and, college and college degrees. And just kind of pointless college degrees like philosopher. Like, if you're not teaching philosophy, there's nothing you're going to do with that major. But what if there was, philosophy was a philosopher at all the jobs? Like, you know, every business had a business philosopher on hand. You know, like what would that look like? I don't know. They'd be like, all right, listen, Sanders, next quarter we need to get these profits up, and we're thinking about adding in, you know, another smoothie. This smoothie is going to be, you know, made out of a very organic compost or organic bullshit and blah blah blah. Okay, everybody, what do you think? Okay, Sanders? And Sanders goes, this is a philosopher, and he goes, why? And then the CEO goes, God damn it, Sanders, you're right again. This is why we have you around, Sanders. You think of this shit before we do. So glad we have a philosopher on our team. Sanders, we want to open a third location in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, now there's different laws there regarding workman's comp, and we're thinking about if we switch around the hours to keep people from full time and overtime, and we can kind of get around this. What do you think, Sanders? What is workman's comp, though? God damn it, Sanders, you're right again. I'm gonna give you a raise. I like to think there's a world where a philosopher could get a job somewhere. But you can't. That's what's funny is you can't. There's nowhere, like, what other jobs is there for a philosophy major besides philosophy teacher? This is a real question. I don't know. Is there a position as a job if you have a philosophy major? Like, is that gonna come in handy? Do you get a job from that? Other than teaching philosophy? Which is, well, like, good. I mean, we should learn about philosophy. It's a very good thing to think about. But I'm just saying, like, as far as getting that major, if you don't want to teach, what would you do with it, right? Would you do anything with it? Is there other things you can do with it? I don't know. Maybe there's like, okay, I'm gonna take some of this dark blue and kind of like I'm gonna kind of let this just dance in here. Put some of this in here with my light colors, just kind of like, you know, get a little bit of texture. Any kind of covering up areas of the light blue color that I don't like as much. Kind of letting that kind of cover that, or add some texture in there with those areas. Yeah. I like a lot of those areas, so maybe I won't mess with that. But down here, I want to mess this up a little bit. There we go. And then let's put some down here as well. Down here in the reflection area. Why are the sauce holders in the Papa John's pizza box gone? You know, I don't know. I've gotten Papa John's before. Wait, they had sauce holder spots? I did not know that. I've got Papa John's. I used to get Papa John's in the past. I haven't gotten a lot recently just because I work at a pizza place, so like I don't end up eating a lot of other pizza. Just because there's just too much pizza, you know. How much pizza is too much pizza? Sanders, what do you think? How much pizza is there such a thing as too much pizza? Oh, that's a good point, Sanders. God, you're so valuable to the team, Sanders. So happy we have a philosopher on team. What is a sauce holder? God damn it, you've done it again, Sanders. You've outdone it yourself again. You know, I'm taking a shot. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm hammered. Let's take another shot, and the cardboard cutouts you would fold into sticks to stick the sauce cups in. Oh, okay. I didn't know about that. I'm uneducated though. What do I know? All I know is art and how to teach art to kids. You know, that's all I learned in college. I just know about art and took a geology class once. Let's see. Cheers. Alright, this is where I'm getting drunk and it all goes off the rails a little bit. Cheers. Cheers. Okay, here's another picture of SpaghettiOs, just so no one forgets what SpaghettiOs are. That's the Darth Vader, obviously, SpaghettiO. And I need to look at my painting here and see what I have left. Alright, I know I need to put a little bit of dark purple in here. So let's go ahead and do that. Well, excuse me. Let me just get my bearings together first. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my little medium round brush. Let's go ahead and take that. Let's like let that just dance. Just dancing around in there. I think this kind of really makes it kind of a cool texture. It's not really doing much. I'm just kind of just flicking my wrist around and gives it a nice little texture though. Mixes it up a little bit. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Oh shit. Now one thing you gotta watch out for is flicking paint all over your shit. Okay, you know what? We'll put something there to cover that up. Okay, I got some little wet drops there. Okay, let's cover that up. Well, you know what? We'll cover that up, okay? Okay, let's go back to our flat brush here. And let's get some dark purple again. Let's go back over here to this plate, get that purple and that black all mixed in there. Let's take a little bit of that light blue, mix that in. We kind of got this light bluish, purplish gray here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go, okay, here's the middle. Doing that for my own. I'm kind of make a little angle up there, right? Let's do another one here. Okay, we just want to mirror it on both sides. Over here, let's do the same thing. Let's make a little... There we go. Alright, there we go. Okay, and I think we can blow dry this and kind of put our final touches on the water and the mountains there. Then what we have left is the canoe. Looking beautiful, thank you. Just turn into reflections of birds. Hey, that's a great idea. God damn, that's a good idea. Let's blow dry, take a shot, and we'll talk some more here. Cheers. Okay, let's see here. What do I need to do? So we need to paint in our horizon line there where it's touching our mountains and kind of do a little bit of playing with that light blue. We're going to do a whitish, not white, it's going to be a very light blue. Going to make a little line that kind of shows where the water is going up and touching the mountains. Now we can add some more of those colors in there as well. And then we're going to put this canoe in here. And then what we'll do is we will probably have to cover this up, but good enough. Okay, let's take our small flat brush again. Wash it out real good. Oh, but I can buy you happiness. Okay, let's get this white and blue. Let's make a very light blue. Here we go. And again. Right here, you can see the color there a little better. Very light blue. Now this is where I want to make a nice skinny line. So what I want to do is I want to take my brush, get my pen, I can kind of scrape it off on the side. I can lay it down flat, pull it through, flip it over, pull it through. Keeps my brush nice and skinny on the edge there, if you can see that. Very skinny. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start here. Make a nice white line. Maybe a little bit more white. Maybe back here, let's just go ahead and go pretty much white. Okay, that's very light, but you can still see that white line there. Alright, then I'm going to drop down a little bit because these are a little in front. Alright. Alright, and then I'm going to kind of bring this down a little bit. You can also, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. You know, the edge of these rocks aren't perfectly straight. Now that's kind of a mess up. I need to probably, I'll fix that in a minute. It makes that mirror that, because I hadn't thought about these kind of dropping down a little bit. We can go back and fix that. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and go, you know, we can kind of make a little, couple marks like so. Some of these, you know, sections like that. Let's do the same thing on the bottoms. Alright. Something like that. And let's go ahead and do this, and we'll do that too. I'll put more of the dark color in here to kind of fix that up. Right. And that already kind of, well, that kind of helped that side a little bit. Now, once I do that, I can kind of wipe my brush off a little bit with my towel. And we can add a little bit of this lightness going up and kind of coming down, maybe. Just in certain areas, not the whole way. Nothing to be anything exact. But, you know, maybe in some areas you want to make, oh, you know, that might be a way to cover some of that. And let's maybe do a little bit there. You can play with that a little bit. Now let's also take, let's wash our brush out. Give it a nice washing. Let's get some of this dark color again. Now again, first I'm just going to go ahead and fix this and make that mirror the top. Maybe same here. Make that a little bit longer. Okay, and the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take just black paint. And I'm going to have to get some more black paint. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to take some black and put this in here too. Now, what you have to think about is the white is kind of a reflection of the sky or something, the sun or the sky in the sky, right? That's what this line is. That's what the white is. Okay, the black, it would be kind of up top, so it would be above that, like right here, and that would be kind of the edge of the bottom of that mountain. When it goes into the water, it's kind of at its darkest. Okay, so that's how you have to think about these black if you want to use some black. Put a little bit in there. I would put it above that white line. Okay, that's the best way to do it there. And don't put it everywhere, just here and there. I wouldn't put it in these light spots back here. I would leave those alone. But back here in these dark spots, you know, you could put some black right there on both sides, and that kind of looks like it's getting darker at the bottom. You gotta be very careful about that, but it's also a way to trim up your white lines if they're too big. Maybe let's put a little there, a little reflection of some. Not as much in the reflection, probably, just so that, just cause, I don't know, just cause it's dangerous. You know, that looks pretty good for the mountains, I think. And yeah, let's take a shot. We're almost there. Okay, we gotta put our canoe in, and we'll put the canoe and we'll put those little waves in the water. And if I need to, I'll probably put some kind of birdies in the sky to look like that's reflections in the water. Right here, I messed up. Right, that's a mess up right there. It's a mess up. I fucked up. So I also want to show you how to fix your mess ups, because that's a big part of painting, is fix some fuck ups, you know. So that's what Bob Ross always said, just a happy little fuck up, you know. He just said, hey, you fuck shit up. That's just a happy little fuck up, you know. That's what Bob Ross would always say. And I think he's right. I think that's a good way to look at it, you know. Cheers. Whew. Okay, now one thing I want to do when I do this, well, I should add my shot in. Hey, cheers. Let's go ahead and add, all right, 13 shots. Okay. Let's go ahead and take our chalk now. Here's our chalk. Let's see what shows up better. Blue or orange? That didn't show up at all. No, neither one of those showed up very well. I guess blue showed up better. Now you're gonna erase the chalk with with maybe a wet towel or just spit. If you hock a loogie, it'll come right off. Okay, let's take our blue chalk. You know, honestly, let's just take our freaking pencil. Why not? Because we're going to paint this in all like dark gray anyway. Okay. Okay, that's about centered. If I find the middle of my canvas, I can put it right down the middle. But it's going to be... We should put it right down the middle. Because your view, if the view is from if you're the one in this canoe, right? So let's say here. Here's the middle. Alright. Now let's have that go up pretty high. Oh, well, excuse me. Now let's go. Just gonna make a triangle. There's a triangle, folks. I would try to get that as in the middle as you can. It's probably smart to just take something and measure. Yeah, because that's not right. That's close. Needs to be a little more to the left. Tar center. Okay. Okay, anyway, close enough. So there's my canoe, right? Well, let's paint it in. Let's get some black and some white. Let's make a gray up. And let's get our big old friggin'... Actually, I'm gonna use my small medium brush, because this is where I get drunk and I get too sloppy. And let's go ahead and just take my small medium brush. Medium flat brush. Get some black in there. Make ourselves just a medium gray here. Nothing fancy. I'm gonna take a little drop of blue. Just get a little blue, mix that in. A little bit more black. Let this color to you. Just kind of get a medium to a dark gray. Medium to dark. Not super dark, just kind of a medium dark. Take a little bit of blue. Mix that in. Okay, and now we've got a good color there. Alright. Now let's paint this sucker in. What I do is I put my hand straight to my canvas, meaning I don't lean it anyway. I just put it straight to it. This is my canvas, put it straight to it. I'm not gonna lean it, angle it, straight to it. And I keep my hand straight and I drag as straight. Keep all the bristles of the brush flat on the canvas the whole time. I also like to go fast because if I go slow, I get more wobbles. Alright, so I like to go fast. A little water in here. Black and white are very thick colors. They're the most opaque colors of the paint colors, and they're the most thickest. You probably need the most water with those. Just make sure you really mix that water in, okay? If you don't mix that water in, it's going to be real thick. It's going to be real tough. You're going to get these real rough edges and rough textures that you don't want. Kind of like you're seeing right now, all these rough textures. Put more water in here. This stuff is still so thick. Okay. Now let's do one thing. Let's really take a nice glide here. Let's bring this up to a nice point. There we go. Okay, let's go. We got that. One thing I want to do here, lots more water in my brush. I got the same color. Let's get some more blue. Add some blue into this, a little bit more black. Get a nice little bit darker bluish gray here. There we go. We're starting to get that color on here. Blue and black, get that darker gray. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my brush, take a paper towel, let's wipe it off. Let's dry it off a little bit, okay? Now, here's what I want to do. I'm going to go back and these. If you want to draw these lines in first, you can. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to go a little bit longer brush strokes at the top, and as I go off, they just kind of fade off. Okay, same here. Right? Go right on top of your mountains here. Stuck in my mental, I never been hip to the hype. Seeing the journey, my eyes are just hooked on the prize. Dumping the shit, then hopping the whip. No wonder I'm killing alive. And I know you don't love me, but let me tell you like this. Yeah, we ain't checking no. Okay. Let's take some black paint. I'm gonna outline my boat here, my canoe. Lots of water. You want to get this black paint like it's ink. It's gonna dry out on you so fast. So just get lots of water mixing in there. Simply with a mention, stuck to my convictions, never seen a prison. I can stay consistent, look at my ambition. What? I can think of power. Alright, I'm starting to fuck it up again, okay. It's time to go. Let me shift the fifth and I'm down the road. Never fit to slip, but you down the slope. I'm royalty and not down below. Always made a way and not down the hope. Excuses never been down for those, I'ma push through. Keep cutting checks for my intellect. This minds are meant to improve, right? Opinions don't matter to me. I'd rather just make a couple lines across here. Take it as sad and together. I'd rather just come with the rings, I wonder what's sadder, telling yourself you're not fit for the dream. There's that. Let's get a little more black. There. Okay, there we go. Now if I wanted, maybe get a little bit more of this bluish gray color. Lots of water. Very watery. Very watery mixture. And then I dry my brush off a lot. And then we go. Make some of these come out here a little ways. And there we go. Okay, there's our painting. Did I miss anything? I don't know. I think that's okay. Okay, let's, if you want to paint your side edges, it looks nice. Let's go ahead and, I'm going to paint my side edges, I'm going to paint my bottom, and I'm going to sign my initials so it's a fancy fucking painting. Now we've got to say, hey, I'm a fancy fucking painter. Once you paint your bottom, you can, and sign it, really, it's really just about signing it. Once you sign it, you go, hey, I'm Pablo fucking Picasso now. I can sell this shit for $8 million. I've got a signature on it. And I say it's worth $8 million. That's how art works. You just say it's worth a lot. Another thing I learned in college, art school, was just really exaggerate and really blow up how good you are. And be really, if you be the more arrogant douchebag you can be, the more money you can sell your paintings for. Because most people, no one really knows what art's worth, but it's really more about a story. And so if you just are an arrogant douchebag and say, I'm amazing, they'll be like, maybe he is amazing, you know? So that's another art tip for you. Good art tip, Joel. Hey, no problem. I got you covered on art tips. So, you want to be a famous artist, just really have a big ego. Okay, let's take our little tiny baby round brush and let's sign our name. Hi-ha, hi-ha. And there we go. Done painting. My camera is too bright. It doesn't show the colors as well. But you know what? Thank you, everybody. Now, let's see. Let's go back to our trivia question, see who won. And let's take another shot, too. Let's see. Today's trivia question was, who would survive in a zombie apocalypse? Okay, truth is, Chester Cheetah, you would think a cheetah would be fast enough to survive, but unfortunately, he's kind of too cool for school. He's got sunglasses on. He's not really paying attention. He's more like trying to look cool than survive. Chester Cheetah would die because he'd be sitting there chilling, you know, blasting fucking Beastie Boys or something, and because he's from the 90s, and then he'd get eaten by zombies, okay? Kool-Aid Man. I mean, come on, he's a freaking glass of Kool-Aid. He's slow. He could break through walls and stuff. He's gonna break through the wrong wall, and a bunch of zombies are just gonna eat all his Kool-Aid. Okay, he's done. Mr. O Spaghetti-O, he has no powers. He's just a big, wet, floppy noodle. Okay, that guy's done. The Gerber baby makes it longer than you think. But ultimately, he is a baby. He dies. Count Chocula. Now, he does have witchcraft and necromancing, but unfortunately, it only applies to chocolate things, so it doesn't do him much good. The correct answer was the icy polar bear. So the Big Mac, you win. Congratulations, Big Mac. You can have a free painting. Just send me an address. I'll send you a free painting. I'll send you a link with all the paintings to pick from. I have like 30 some paintings to pick from. You just need to get rid of them, okay? Now, Big Mac, I think you're a new watch. You're a new person. And I'll be honest, I've had a lot of people say not trust me with their address, and I get that. I don't blame you one bit. But I just need to get rid of these fucking paintings. You could give me an address to the Wendy's down the street, and I'll send a painting to it. And you go in there and say, hey, did a painting show up today? And they'll be like, yeah, here it is. Or just whatever, I don't care. But like, if anyone can take these paintings, honestly, if anybody wants a painting, just message me. I need to get rid of these paintings. My drunk paintings, I don't know. If you need firewood, take a painting from me. So anyway, I guess that about wraps it up. Get a library card, everybody. And businesses hire philosophers because they need jobs. And you know what? There you go. There's your painting for today. I like this one a lot. I like this painting. It's a good one. Now, you know, that's pretty good. I think I did a good job. Not the best job I've ever done, but it was okay. So, yeah. I don't know what I was gonna say, but hey, thanks everybody for watching, and goodbye.